Hey everyone and welcome back to Hoshizora no Memoria. Today is September 11th. Apparently, she's falling in the sunset. Shadows of red. Everything is red. Engulfed in it, falling. Falling and falling. What lies ahead of her is a shadow. It has a face. 2 eyes, a nose, even a mouth. No visible ears. They seem to be hidden under the hair. The shadow had long hair. That's how she was able to conclude that it was a young girl. She could be in the sky or maybe on the ground, at a place covered in green and black. The girl is basked in a vivid red. She was dyed a red even more striking than the sunset. That's why the red might not only be from the sunset, but rather flowing from the girl herself. What is it, blood? Once she realizes this, it gets cold. Looking down on the scene, her body feels cold, as if she were the girl herself. Cold. So cold that it feels like she's about to freeze. And then it starts to fade away. It starts disappearing into nothingness. She knows already what is known as death. A decisive death. Hisakaki Komomo continues to die like this in her nightmare. After waking up, Hisakaki Komomo immediately wraps her arms around herself. Cold, freezing. She is not sure if she's woken up yet. Her shivering jaw tells her the answer. This is real. Yet it's cold, as if she were still in the nightmare. She's freezing. These extreme sensations make her feel numb. What lies ahead is nothingness. Falling and falling, she knows that death awaits her. It's the first time she has confirmed her death. She's dying. I'm dying. Not just in her dreams. Even now, I'm dying. Her reasoning isn't telling her that, but her feelings understand it. The coldness of her body is proof. She grabs onto her pajamas tightly. Her nails dig into her arms. It doesn't hurt. She's going mad from the lack of sensation. She digs deeper. Tears stream from the corners of her eyes upon feeling minute pain mixed amongst the coldness. Komomo continues to tremble. She might have been crying. If I died. If I had died. If I had gotten in an accident at the lookout and died. Well, if she really died, she wouldn't be here, right? Or maybe it turns out that Komomo is just a ghost. Aren't you talking about yourself, Asuho?
席埋まっちまう前に急ぎたいって気持ちは同じだけどな。
それでは早速向かいましょうか。
Nah, wait. I stop everyone as they're about to head off to lunch. I have some business with Hisakaki.
もしかしてまた生徒会のお仕事？
Pretty much. I'm lying, but it's a valid enough reason. I have something to check up on during lunch, so I want to tell Hisakaki first. Which class was Hisakaki in again?
隣のクラスだよ。呼びに行くの？
Yeah.
いつもは久垣の方からなのに珍しい。
I should do it instead, every once in a while.
女冥利につきますね。
Don't say such suggestive things.
そんな小笠坂さんに残念なお知らせです。生徒会が滅亡したの？
Why are you bringing that into the conversation?
皆星の願いを垣間見たな。
冗談に決まってるでしょ。実はですね、姉さんは今日学校を欠席しているんです。
Is that so?
はい。今朝の姉さん、とても具合が悪そうで、私が無理に休ませたんです。登校するって聞かない姉さんを説得するの大変だったんですよ。風邪かな。
最近気温が不安定だからな。
心配だね。麻生さんも心配していたと 帰ったら伝えますね。しなくていいから。
Kusame-san, Hisakaki might be absent because of her nightmare. We need to talk.
二人きりでですか？
Yeah, sorry about this, Asuka. I pull Kusame down the corridor by her hand.
ちょっと、ようちゃん。
なんなんだよ。
どこまで行くんですか？
Is this place fine? We arrive at the first floor with the specialist classrooms where there weren't many people. Sorry for bringing you here all of a sudden.
それはいいんですけど。
Anyway, I want to ask you something.
その前に手を離していただけますか？
Now that she mentions it, I'm still holding her hand. Sorry. I let go immediately.
びっくりしてしまいました。
She places her hand against her chest and takes a deep breath.
女泣かせですね、小笠坂さん。
But you aren't crying. Kusame's cheeks were slightly red as she says that teasingly.
男子と手をつないだのは初めてですよ。
I find that hard to believe.
いえ、本当に初めてなんです。
What about when you were little with other boys during primary school, for example?
私は小学校にはほとんど通っていませんから。
Oh, why is that? Huh?
詮索は悪趣味ですからね。
She's on guard.
二人きりでお話があるんですよね。
Yeah, you're right.
告白ではありませんよね。
Unfortunately, no.
本当に残念です。
I wish she'd stop these jokes.
姉さんのことですか？
That's right.
でしたらお話できることはあまりないと思います。
I know, I just want you to tell her that I'll be visiting her after school today. Can't I?
そんなことありません。
Kusame smiles.
姉さんもきっと喜ぶと思います。
Well then, thanks.
要はこれだけなんですか？
Well, there's no point in having a private conversation if that was all.
そうですよね。ですけど、姉さんのことは
Yeah, I know. I won't ask anything about Hisakaki's nightmare.
展望台の事故に関しても答えませんよ。
Which means that the accident was related to Hisakaki in some way. Kusume's expression is stern. I have to do some research at the library now. I have two pieces of information which are necessary to help Hisakaki. The accident at the lookout, and Hisakaki's past. That's the direction I'm heading right now after hearing Mire's story last night. I have to find out more about the accident at the lookout. That's why I want you to help me, Kusama-san. Since you're in the library committee, please tell me if the library has any articles related to the incident.
私が教えると思うんですか？
If you don't help me, it will take me a while, but I'll get to the bottom of this eventually. That's why, even if you refuse to help, I'll find out about the whole story anyway.
それは脅しですか？
No, I just want to help Hisakaki as soon as possible. I simply want a librarian's help to shorten the time it takes.
物は言いようですね。
Kusama sighs.
それでは、姉さんの妹としてではなく、ひばり校の図書委員としてあなたに教えます。
Thanks.
図書室に展望台の事故の記事はありません。
Hold on.
事実ですから。
What about past issues of the newspapers?
新聞の記事にはなっていません。小さな事故でしたからね。
What if I search the internet?
引っかかったとして、何年前の何月何日の事故かわからなければ特定できないと思います。
So when exactly did this happen?
詮索は悪趣味です。
Don't you, Kusama-san?
詮索は悪趣味です。
Thanks, you were a great help.
皮肉ですか？
No, I don't have to waste my time in the library now. In truth, I'm a bit frustrated right now. However, I've come to realize something.
何でしょう？
The details of this accident weren't publicized. Someone hushed it up.
だとしたら、展望台にフェンスは立たないと思います。
There has to be an explanation. For example, in the event that Mayaka-san had one of her children hurt at the lookout, she would file complaints to the council. If Mayaka-san were to keep asking friends and relatives to send complaints, even the government would have to do something about it. That's why the town only knows that an accident occurred, which resulted in the fence being built. Nobody knows any more than that.
素晴らしい想像力ですね。
Speaking of which, Mayaka-san is the head priest of the Seitengu. She's involved in the worship of Hibarigasaki's meteorite, and also happens to be a board member in the management of the summer festival. She would be an influential figure in Hibarigasaki's administration, wouldn't she? Anyway, thanks in advance regarding the visit.
まさか小笠坂さん。
Kosama-san, you have a good intuition, just like Kisakaki. I give her a broad smile. I'm going to ask Mayaka-san a few things on my visit. Hisakaki Komomo leaves the house and arrives at the shrine grounds. She's feeling a lot better now, probably thanks to Kosama telling her to rest in bed this morning. That being said, she didn't actually sleep. She might see the Crimson Nightmare again, just the thought of that is stopping her from closing her eyes. She doesn't want to see a dream where she knows that she's going to die.
何考えてるのよ。
Ridiculous! How could she be dead already? Even Yo said so. If she were dead already, then who is this Hisakaki Komomo?
幽霊なんてオチは願い下げだからね。
Komomo places her hand on her forehead and sighs. She heads toward the main shrine building while ridding those thoughts from her head. Maybe she's a zombie. She opens the door and goes inside. This building is also used as a hall for the Kagoda dance. The dance was staged here during the summer festival. This lively place is now filled with an icy, grandiose atmosphere. It feels as if she is going to freeze if she doesn't say anything.
寒い。
She wraps her arms around herself. She feels relieved after feeling the sensation between her fingers and her arms. Komomo's ghost sits in front of the main altar. Enshrined there is the Hibarigasaki meteorite. Everyone from the Tenkudo is going to come this week in order to take photos. And Kogasaka Yo would probably be there too. In truth, she wanted to go to school today. She wanted to go to school despite her headache and shivering. The reason was simple. She had finally come to understand herself. She has to accept it, whether she likes it or not. I wanted to see Kogasaka-kun. I know I'll feel better when I see him. He can make me feel safe. That's why even now, despite being unable to see him, she stands in front of this meteorite thinking of him.
相談しようかな。
About the fact that I'm dying? How would he react? Will he be shocked, or will he pass it off as a joke? Will he gently console me? Will he save me?
小笠坂くん、律儀だしね。
She'll talk to him about it jokingly tomorrow. The Hisakaki Komomo in front of you might have died in an accident at the lookout a long time ago. She said something similar before, but she'll try it one more time. She won't make a big deal out of it. That way, she won't put him in a difficult situation. In the first place, this is her problem. There's no need to worry Yo. Having him listen to her ramblings is enough. That's enough to save her.
部屋にいないからどこに行ったのかと思えば。
お母さん、
Lost in her thoughts, she didn't notice Mayaka standing there.
体の具合はどう？
最初から大したことなかったから。
そう？
ほんと、みんな大げさなんだから。
今はどうして社殿に？
暇だったから。
ご神体が気になるの？テンクルのみんな来月のひばり祭で隕石資料展をするのよね。ちょっと楽しみだわ。この日本に落ちた隕石の総数は50くらいと言われている。だけどその全てがこんな風に安置されているわけじゃない。私たち聖天宮の人間が天津三日星に連なる祀ろわぬもの、精神を全て沈めているわけじゃない。だからひょっとしたらこの社会にはそんな存在が溶け込んでいるかもしれない。何食わぬ顔で生活しているかもしれない。
そして人に危害を加える？
そうかもしれないし、そうじゃないかもしれない。だけど危害を加える可能性がある限り、私たちはそれらに対処しないといけない。たとえ今は平穏に過ごしているのかもしれなくても、見つけたら あるべき場所に送り返さなければならない。問題が起こってからじゃ遅い。晴天宮の総意だからね。
相手の都合を考えない身勝手な言い分ね。
しょうがないわ。私たち人間は神様に比べればずっとちっぽけな存在なんだから。
Mayaka is left alone after Hisakaki leaves the shrine building. She looks at the altar while sighing to herself.
何も聞いてこないか。隠し事ばかりする私を問い詰めようともしないか。コモモは今不安でたまらないでしょうに。ほんとあの子は私には出来すぎの娘で。
小ヶ坂さん。
Kusuma approaches me after the afternoon roll call finishes.
昼休みにお母さんにお見舞いの件を伝えました。いつでもどうぞだそうです。
Thanks. It's not as if I am threatening Mayaka-san. I just want to ask her some things, provided that she'll allow me.
そうではありません。私が怒っているのは小ヶ坂さんが姉さんのお見舞いをただの口実にしていることです。
That's not it. Visiting Hisakaki is my top priority.
本当ですか？
Of course.
後で姉さんに聞いてみます。
We're talking about Hisakaki here, so she's probably going to deny it, even if I do visit her. That's how it is, Asoho.
どんなわけかさっぱりだけど。
Please let me take today off from club activities.
こももちゃんのお見舞い？
Yeah, sorry.
いいよ。こももちゃんにお大事にって伝えてね。
裏切り者って言わねえんだな。
お見舞いだったら反対する理由ないじゃない。そんなアスホさんだから私は大好きなんです。迫らないで。小雨ちゃんのゆり相手はこももちゃんでしょ。
Well then, I'll be off. I turn my back to everyone making a ruckus. I drop by the SRC room along the way. I informed them that I had something urgent to attend to and couldn't make the meeting. Like Asoho, they didn't try to stop me. I decide not to think too much about their parting words. Take care of Hisakaki-san.
来たな。
I arrive at the school gates and find Setsuna standing there. It's been a while.
そうだな。君と話すのは2ヶ月ぶりくらいか。
Were you waiting for me?
そうだ。
I've got a bad feeling about this.
おそらく敵中だな。
Senpai, come to the Tinkuru for once.
それは嫌がらせか？
You're probably going to harass me too.
ここで立っていると生徒の邪魔になる。歩きながら話せないか？
So I have no choice but to walk home with you, huh? All students have to take Yume Misaka to and from school. Setsuna starts walking after seeing me move.
昼休みに小雨から相談を持ちかけられてな。
Somehow I was expecting you to say that.
それで私も理解した。君は小石ではなかった。目的を達する前に足を取られて転ぶほど大きな障害だったわけさ。
What are you talking about?
こっちの話だ。
Setsuna languidly brushes her hair back.
少し前の私だったら障害が転がっていたところで排除するだけなのだがな。だが君は小雨の友人だ。忠告に留めておく。小雨に感謝することだな。
You seem to be full of yourself.
君は私の敵だ。だが小雨は君を敵とは思っていない。このもどかしい心境を分かってほしいものだな。
Well, I know that you care about Kusama-san a lot.
本当に難儀なものさ。
Setsuna smiles in self-derision.
君は展望台の人身事故について調べているようだな。
Yes.
事故を知ってどうするつもりだ？
I will help Hisakaki.
久垣姉のために調べるのか？
Please tell me if you know anything.
それはできない。
Why are you and Kusama-san trying to keep it a secret?
頼まれているからさ。
By Mayaka-san?
まさか言い当てられるとは思わなかったな。
I found the link. The accident, the nightmares, and Mayaka, who is hiding it all. Why is Mayaka-san keeping it a secret?
私の口からは言えない。小雨だって同じだろう。
Mayaka is keeping Setsuna and Kosume silenced.
事故に関しては久垣姉が自分自身でその意味に気づくまでは待ってほしいんだ。
Is that what Mayaka-san asked you?
ああ、だから君にも頼みたい。
Hisakaki realizing its connection to herself would mean understanding the nightmare, wouldn't it?
これ以上は深入りするな。
Why?
久垣姉が自分で気づかないと意味がないからだ。
You're saying that my efforts are counterproductive?
そうだ。
Hisakaki's being tormented by her nightmare. Is it really that strange for me wanting to help her?
おかしいとは思わない。だが、まやかさんにだって考えがあるはずだ、多分。
I don't want to hear it, probably.
私も少なからず彼女には恨みがあるから、どうしてもな。
So Mayaka-san is the evil mastermind behind all this?
悪とは限らないさ。まやかさんには考えがある。だが、君がそれを踏みにじっているかもしれないんだ。
That's kind of hard to accept.
まやかさんは娘二人を愛している。それだけは疑う余地がない。
But if there's one thing I have, it's doubt. If Mayaka knows the reason behind Hisakaki's nightmares, why isn't she doing anything about it? Rather, why is she keeping it a secret instead?
これからまやかさんに会いに行くのか？
While I'm visiting Hisakaki, I'll take the opportunity to see her.
ここで見舞いの方がついでと答えたら、小雨からなぎなたでバッサリ切ってくれと頼まれていたんだがな。
Shrine maidens from the Seitengu sure are dangerous.
久垣姉のそばにいる君にとっては今更だろう。
Well then, my house is this way.
私の忠告、従ってくれれば言うことはないが、せめて心に留めておくくらいはしてくれよ。
I'll think about it.
ではな。
Ah, wait up.
なんだ？
I have something to talk to you about too. It's about Mare.
展望台の死神にはこれ以上手は出さないさ。
Can I trust you on that?
ああ、
You know Mare's identity, don't you?
聞きたいのか？
It won't change my situation whether I know or not, but I'm still curious.
回りくどい男だな。
Speak for yourself, senpai.
小雨も言ったと思うが、あれは幻覚だ。と言っても、人が生み出した幻覚じゃない。違うものが生み出している幻覚。夢幻だ。違うものが見ている夢だから、私たちにも見えてしまう。その違うものは、人を内包する存在だから、人が見ている夢じゃなくとも見えてしまうんだよ。
I don't really understand.
そして、彼女もそれと同質の存在だ。
She?
君の身近にいる彼女だよ。だから、たとえ彼女が死んでいても、彼女は夢幻として私たちの前に現れる。生きている存在として扱えるというわけだ。
And who is this girl you're talking about?
久垣姉が自分で気づけば、君にも話してくれるだろうさ。
Setsuna leaves.
私の悪夢には夕焼けだけじゃない。草木も見えていた気がするから、私は草木が多い場所で落ちていたから。落ちて死んでしまうから。
Then she must be... Impossible. There's no way. In a rush to get to Hisakaki's place, I quickly drop my bag in my room. Sweat trickles from my cold back.